Hi students, today we are going to continue with your topic motion in plane, which is third lesson from your physics book, right? And my name is Ratnaprabha Patil. In last lecture we have discussed about some introduction, means what is meant by motion, motion in straight line, motion in 2 dimensions, motion in 3 dimensions. Then in motion in 2 dimensions, we have studied about average velocity and instantaneous velocity. Right? From today, we are going to start with average acceleration and instantaneous acceleration. So, just like average velocity, you can calculate average acceleration. Definition of acceleration, that is average acceleration, is same as motion in straight line. Okay, then a acceleration is vector quantity, that is why we have written its equation in terms of vector. Okay, so a average is equal to v2 minus v2 bar minus v1 bar divided by t2 minus t1. So what is v2 v1? v1 is the initial velocity or velocity of particle at or object at time t1, and v2 is the velocity of particle or object at after some time, that is at time t2. So we can consider acceleration on both the planes, just like in this figure. As this motion is in 2 dimension, we can consider its 2 coordinates, that is x and y. So we are considering here velocity along x direction and velocity along y direction, which I am going to show you, that is v2x minus v1x divided by t2 minus t1 I cap. This is the v2x, v1x, these are the component of velocity along x axis, and v2y minus v1y divided by t2 minus t1, that is not t2, t2 minus t1 j cap, which is the velocity along y direction, or you can say component of velocity along y direction. So here right now you can consider acceleration, that is average acceleration, is equal to a bar, that is average acceleration along x axis, and average acceleration along y axis. Then you are knowing that how to calculate magnitude of acceleration and direction, which you have studied in your second lesson, that is in the vectors, that is a average is equal to a average along x axis square plus acceleration, that is average acceleration along y axis, and tan theta will be the direction, that is average acceleration along y axis divided by average acceleration along x axis, which will give you the x, that is direction of acceleration. Now we are going to see instantaneous acceleration. So for that we are considering here a bar, which is equal to limit t tends to 0 in bracket delta V bar divided by delta T. Here is delta T, not T bar. T is not vector. Okay. So here which you can write in terms of derivative, that is dV bar divided by dt, and as we have considering here two dimensional motion, hence we are having two velocities, that is velocity, that is component of velocity along x axis and component of velocity along y axis, which will be the dvx divided by dt I cap plus dvy divided by dt j cap. So if velocity is what? Rate of change of displacement per unit time. So we can write Vx as dx by dt. So dt आप बाहर लोगे और Vx का फॉर्मूला क्या पुट करोगे? d by dt inside the bracket dx by dt I cap plus d by dt in bracket dy by dt j cap. What is x here? X is the displacement of object along x axis and y is the displacement of object along y axis. That is x and y are the coordinates, that is coordinates of that object while it is moving in 2 dimension. So if you are multiplying it inside, what you will get? d2x by dt square I cap plus d2x by d2y by dt square j cap. Okay, so here acceleration is along x axis will be ax bar is equal to d2x by dt square and ay, that is acceleration, that is instantaneous acceleration along y axis is equal to d2y by dt square. So as you know how to calculate magnitude and direction of any vector, then we can find out magnitude and direction of acceleration are given by a is equal to d2x by dt square whole bracket square plus d2y by dt square whole bracket square. By solving this equation you will get the magnitude of acceleration, and by tan theta is equal to dy dvy divided by dt divided by dvx divided by dt, that is equal to dvy divided by dvx will give the direction of acceleration. So this is all about average and instantaneous acceleration. Now we are going to start with the equation of motion. So we are going to derive equation of motion for object traveling in a plane with uniform acceleration. So you have derived such a equation for motion in straight line, or you can say in rectilinear motion. There you have considered u bar is the initial velocity of object at time t is equal to 0. V bar, that is velocity of object at time t, or you can say final velocity of object at time t. As acceleration is constant, the average acceleration and instantaneous acceleration will be equal. So what we are going to find out here? The equation of motion for an object traveling in a plane with uniform acceleration. Okay, if acceleration is uniform, instantaneous as well as average acceleration will be equal. And so that what we are going to take only one acceleration, you can take any one of that, but both are equal. So A bar is equal to V bar minus U bar divided by T minus 0. Here V is what? Velocity of object after time t. U is what? Initial velocity of object at time t is equal to 0. So here t1 is what? 0, t2 is what? T. So if you solve this equation, you will get V bar is equal to U bar plus A bar t. So this is the one equation. V bar is equal to U bar plus A bar t. Now we are going to find out the equation for displacement. Okay. So displacement of object from time t is equal to 0 to t is equal to from time t is equal to 0 to t. We are going to consider displacement is S bar. S is the symbol of displacement. Okay. So here S is the symbol of displacement. So we can calculate displacement, that is by calculating average velocity. Okay. So average velocity of object during the time t is equal to 0 to t at constant acceleration is given by V average is equal to U bar plus V bar divided by 2. Okay, this is what average velocity for this condition. Okay, so next will be what? You are knowing that displacement is what? Velocity is what? Rate of change of displacement per unit time. So here V is equal to S divided by T, you can say. Okay, so S divided by T. Right. So you can take S is equal to V into T. Right now we have calculated average velocity is equal to U bar plus V bar divided by 2. So you can write U bar plus V bar divided by 2 into T as V is equal to S divided by T. So now you have calculated this formula, which V bar is equal to U bar plus A bar T. So instead of V you can write U bar plus A bar T. So your equation will be U bar plus V bar plus U T divided by 2. U bar plus this equation is equal to U plus U bar plus AT divided by 2. If you are solving this equation, you will get S bar is equal to UT plus half AT square. Okay. So you can resolve this equation into their x and y component, just like this equation, which is U bar is equal to V bar is equal to U bar plus AT A bar T. You can write it in terms of x component Vx is equal to ux plus axt and Vy is equal to uy plus ayt, such as Sx is equal to ux plus half axt square and Sy is equal to uy plus half ayt square. And this is all about equation of motion. So next point which we are going to discuss is relative velocity. Okay, so that is velocity, you can consider velocity of A with respect to B or velocity of B with respect to A. इसका example we can consider that if two vehicles or two cars are coming towards each other, so velocity of one car with respect to other, or you can say velocity of second car with respect to other. By such a way we can calculate relative velocity. So here Va is the velocity of object A and Vb is the velocity of object B. Relative velocity of object A with respect to object B is given by V bar A B, that is velocity of object A with respect to B, that is velocity of A with respect to B, is given by V bar AB is equal to VA bar minus V bar B or VB bar, you can say. Similarly, relative velocity of object B with respect to A can be given by V bar BA is equal to V bar B minus V bar A. Okay, so magnitude of these two relative velocities are equal and their directions are opposite. If two cars are traveling towards each other, so magnitude is same, directions will be different. So if you are considering n number of or more than two number of objects, that is A, B, C, D up to Y, Z, moving with respect to the other, so how will you calculate the relative velocity of A relative to, or velocity of A relative to Z can be written as V bar AZ is equal to V bar AB plus V bar BC plus V bar CD up to V bar YZ. So by this way you can calculate the relative velocity. Now we are going to start with the projectile motion. That is, what is meant by projectile motion? Any object in flight after being thrown with some velocity is called projectile motion. We have experienced too many examples of projectile motion, such as if while watching cricket, you can say, or while playing with the friends. Okay, when you are throwing a ball towards your friend, so the motion of that object is what? Projectile motion. Or you can say a bowler bowls a ball towards the batsman in the cricket, that is a projectile motion. Okay, so there are too many examples of projectile motion. So in projectile motion, object is moving, you can say, a path in the air. So you can consider, for example, O is you and Q is your friend. You are throwing your ball towards your friend. So if you are throwing the ball towards your friend, so the motion carried, or the motion, is what? Projectile motion. After throwing a ball, if you are at point O, you have thrown a ball, right, towards your friend. So this motion is in two dimension, so it have two coordinates, x and y. Okay, then after that ball will reach some height and distance in air with increasing distance. Okay, then you can say that up to point P ball reached. After that it will again fall under gravity and it will reach to point Q or towards your friend. Okay, so from point O to U there will be the decrement in the velocity of object. At point P it will be 0. After that object will come towards the earth surface or towards your friend by the influence of gravity. Okay, so there will be the increment in the velocity after point P downward, in downward direction. So there are two components of velocity, that is Vx, you can say Vy, or you can say Ux, Uy, which you can say in the expression. Here in such a motion, initial velocity, that is ux, that is velocity along x direction of is constant and velocity along y direction is changing. Okay, because we are not given any force to the, or no force is acting on that object along x direction. So velocity along x direction in projectile motion or in two dimension is what? Constant. Okay, now you can see u bar is the initial velocity of projectile. Theta is what? Angle between direction of initial velocity with horizontal. Okay, here theta is given. Now horizontal and vertical component of initial velocity are u cos theta and u sin theta respectively. So ux is along x direction, that is u cos theta, and uy is what? U sin theta. So horizontal component of velocity remains unchanged. It is because I have told you earlier that there is no force acting on that object along x direction. So velocity of horizontal component, that is ux, velocity is constant. So vertical component changes accordingly. You have seen this equation, that is v bar is equal to u plus u bar plus a bar t. So we can write that equation in terms of y or y direction or vertical component of velocity, that is Vy is equal to Uy plus Ay t. So here Ay is equal to minus g. It is because object is, we have thrown object in the air, so acceleration or gravity will pull it down. So velocity and direction of acceleration due to gravity both are acting opposite, you can see. So that Ay is equal to minus g and Uy is equal to u sin theta. So you can write here Uy is equal to Uy minus gt is equal to u sin theta minus gt, and Vx is equal to Ux because horizontal component of velocity is what? Constant. So it will be u cos theta, and Vy is equal to what? U sin theta minus gt. Now we are going to calculate displacement. So displacement of projectile in horizontal r and vertical direction at time t is equal to Sx is equal to u cos theta t. As I have told you earlier, that is velocity is equal to displacement upon time. Then displacement is equal to velocity into time. So velocity is what? Velocity along x direction is what? Horizontal velocity, and sx is what? Displacement, that is horizontal displacement, which is equal to u cos theta t, and sy is equal to u sin theta t plus half gt square. This equation you have calculated, or we have discussed in the equation of motion. So alpha is what? Alpha is the angle between the direction of motion of projectile with horizontal. So tan alpha, here you can see in the diagram, alpha is what? Angle between direction of motion of projectile with horizontal. So this angle is what? Alpha. So alpha is equal to, tan alpha is equal to Vyt divided by Vxt, which you can say the direction of projectile. Okay, so next thing which we are going to discuss is what? As I have told you earlier, the vertical velocity of projectile decreases as it goes up and becomes zero at certain point, at certain time. This time is the height of projectile is maximum. So I have told you earlier that if you have thrown a ball towards your friend, it will reach to some particular height after some time, and that height is called as maximum height of projectile. As you can see in the diagram, at point P, if that object is reached, that is the maximum height of the projectile. Okay. Then velocity of projectile starts in downward direction, and after some time projectile reaches to the ground. As you can see here, firstly projectile is reaching up, and after that it will reaching down. So if you have thrown the ball in the air up to point P, it will reach at some particular height in, you can say, time t. After time t, what will happen? Velocity of projectile, vertical velocity of projectile will be 0, and after that it will pull down by the force of gravitation, or you can say due to acceleration of gravity, it will come down towards the earth's surface. And then after point P, there will be the increment in the velocity of projectile in downward direction. Before point P, there will be the decrement in the velocity of projectile, okay, in upward direction. So here, what is T0? T0 is time taken by projectile to reach the maximum height. Means in time T0, projectile is reaching to the maximum height. So at highest point P, T is equal to what? T0, and Vy is equal to 0. Why Vy is equal to 0? Because after point P, that projectile is coming down. That object will come down when its velocity is 0. So Vy is equal to 0. So equation what which we have discussed earlier, which equation? This Vy is equal to uy minus gt, or you can say which is equal to u sin theta minus gt. This equation we are taking, and Vy is equal to u sin theta minus gt. Here Vy is equal to what? 0, and t is equal to what? T 0. So u sin theta minus gt 0 is equal to T0 is equal to u sin theta divided by g, and this is time required to reach the projectile up to point P. So total time taken by the projectile to reach from point O to Q is what? T, that is equal to 2t0, that is you can say time of flight, and the total horizontal distance travelled by the projectile in time t is r, is equal to ux t. Again, r is what? Displacement. Ux is the velocity of projectile, that is horizontal velocity of projectile. T, total time taken by the projectile to reach from point O to Q. Okay, so here ux is what? U cos theta into 2 t0. So here u cos theta and t0 is what? You have calculated before, that is 2u sin theta divided by g. So r is equal to what? V square sin 2 theta divided by g. Cos theta into sin theta is what? Sin 2 theta divided by g. So r is what? Maximum horizontal distance travelled by the projectile, और इसी को आप क्या बोलोगे? Range of the projectile. Okay. So range of projectile depends on the magnitude and direction of the initial velocity of projectile as well as on the g at that place. Okay. Next point is what? Horizontal range. You have calculated this equation. Horizontal, maximum horizontal range r is equal to u square sin 2 theta divided by g. You will get value of r maximum when sin 2 theta is equal to 1, and when sin 2 theta is equal to 1 when 2 theta is equal to 90 degree or theta is equal to 45 degree. So r is equal to r max when 2 theta is equal to 90 degree or you can say theta is equal to 45 degree. तो आपको sin theta क्या मिलेगा? sin 2 theta is equal to 1. So u square divided by g for theta is equal to 45 degree. This will be the maximum horizontal range for the projectile. And if you have to calculate maximum height, so h is equal to, you have calculated this equation. No, sorry. H is equal to u sin theta dot t0. Again, h is what? Displacement of projectile along y-axis. So u is what? U sin theta is what? Velocity, component of velocity along y-axis, and t0 is what? Time to reach the projectile at point P. Okay. So minus half g t0 square. So here we have took the equation of s is equal to ut plus half at square. A is what here? G, that is acceleration due to gravity, and g is minus. So here h is equal to u sin theta into bracket u sin theta divided by g minus, this is the equation of t0, that is u sin theta divided by g, minus half g u sin theta g whole bracket square. So h is equal to u square sin square theta divided by 2g, which is equal to u y square divided by 2g. U square sin square theta is what? Component of velocity along y-axis divided by g. This is what? Maximum height of the projectile. So up to this point we have studied what is meant by motion in 2 dimension. Then first we have studied what is average acceleration and instantaneous acceleration, equation of motion, then relative velocity, projectile motion, in that what is the vertical velocity or vertical component of velocity of projectile, then displacement of projectile, angle, that is direction alpha, that is angle between the direction of motion of projectile with horizontal, then what we have calculated, time of flight, then horizontal range, maximum horizontal range and maximum height. From tomorrow or next lecture we will discuss with your next topic, that is uniform circular motion. Okay.